All right. So if you're a shareholder in Global Investments Limited, you know that whenever a dividend is announced, you've got a choice to make. Do you take the cash or do you reinvest it for more shares? It sounds pretty simple, right? But this one decision can actually have some pretty big implications for your investment. Today, we're going to break down exactly what each of those choices means so you can make the one that's right for your strategy.
So let's put you in the driver's seat. You've invested in a company, and hey, it's done well. Your shares have earned a profit. Awesome. But what happens now? I mean, how does that profit actually get from the company's bank account into yours? That's really the core question we're going to dig into today.
And here's our game plan. We're going to tackle this in 5 straightforward parts. First, we'll cover the basics of a shareholder payout. Then, we'll zoom right into GIL's specific dividend policy. From there, we'll get to the heart of it, the choice between cash and shares. We'll even walk through the nitty-gritty of how their scrip scheme works. And finally, we'll tie it all together to what really matters, your personal investment strategy. Okay, let's dive right in. Section 1, your shareholder payout. We're talking about that journey from company profit straight into your pocket. At its core, a dividend is a really simple concept. It's basically the company you own a piece of turning to you and saying, hey, we had a good year, and since you're an owner, here's your cut of the profits. It's the most direct way for a successful company to share that success with you, the shareholder.
So that's the big picture. But what about Jill specifically? What's their playbook? That brings us to Section 2, Jill's dividend policy. This is their official, on-the-books approach to sharing profits. And here it is, straight from the source. Jill's policy is to pay out most of the profit after tax. But, and this is the really critical part, they do this after taking into account what the company needs for future growth. So you can see there's a bit of a balancing act going on, right? They want to reward you as a shareholder now, but they also have to make sure they're fueling the engine for the long haul.
Now, this brings us to a key piece of jargon you're going to see all the time, the scrip dividend scheme. It sounds a little technical, but honestly, it's not. All it means is that GIL has a formal system in place that gives you the choice. Do you want your dividend as cold, hard cash, or would you rather take it in the form of new shares? That's it. It's just the mechanism that makes this whole decision possible. And that leads us perfectly into Section 3, the choice itself. This is the real heart of the matter for every single shareholder, getting a solid handle on your 2 options when that dividend notice comes through. So, your choice really comes down to 2 very different paths. On one side, you've got the cash dividend. This is the easy one. It's the default. If you do absolutely nothing, cash shows up in your account. Simple. On the other side is the scrip dividend. Now, this one's an active choice. You have to actually elect or choose to get new shares. When you do this, you're basically doubling down on your investment and increasing your ownership stake in the company. Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this all actually play out in the real world? Let's get practical. Section 4, how the scrip scheme works. We're going to turn all that formal language into a simple step-by-step guide. Here's the whole process, from start to finish. First, Jill makes the big announcement. A dividend is declared. Then comes a really key piece of info in step 2. They set the price for the new shares. This is important because that price is often at a slight discount to whatever the stock's been trading at, which makes the share option a little more tempting. After that, a notice of election form will land in your hands. That's your call to action. Step 4 is decision time. You fill out the form for shares or you do nothing for cash. And finally, step 5 is when it all happens. The new shares go out to those who pick them and the cash payments are made to everyone else. So we've covered the what and the how. Now let's get to the most important question of all, the why. Section 5, why your choice matters. This is where we connect all the dots between GIL's policy and your own personal financial goals. So how do you decide? Well, let's think strategically. Choosing shares is a pretty powerful move. You're increasing your investment, which can compound your returns over time. And, this is a big one, you're doing it without paying any brokerage fees. It's also a way to signal your confidence in the company's future. But what about the cash? Well, that's all about immediate value and flexibility. You get income you can use right now, or maybe you want to take those profits and diversify into something completely different. It gives you control. Look, neither choice is better than the other. It all comes down to your financial situation and where you think GIL is headed. So in the end, it all boils down to one simple, powerful question. Are you playing for cash in your pocket today, or are you playing for more growth tomorrow? It's your dividend, your investment, and your strategy.